Remember those flip books from childhood? You flip through the pages and the train starts moving. Flip too slowly and the motion looks choppy. Flip faster and the motion becomes more seamless to our eyes. Each page is like a frame in a video, and the speed at which you flip through them is like the frames per second in video. But is it always better to go faster, or are there moments that slightly flawed, choppy moments can actually enhance the story? Pixel8 Pro offers options of 24, 30, 60 frames per second, and in this video I'll break down how each setting creates a distinct viewing experience and share the best FPS resolution combinations for different filming occasions. Let's dive in. So what's the difference between 24, 30, 60 FPS, right? And you might think frame rates don't matter much until you upload to social media and notice the quality isn't what you expected, or your phone storage fill ups faster than you anticipated. So understanding the basics can be very helpful. At the very least, you can choose an FPS setting, set it, and forget it. Frame rate refers to how many frames are packed into 1 second of video. If a video is captured and played back at 24 FPS, it means each second consists of 24 distinct still images. Our brains consciously process around 40 distinct moments per second, so frames per second, and watching something at 24 FPS means we perceive the slightly flawed, imperfect motion. Apparently, that's a good thing for cinema.
Et le cinéma, c'est 24 fois la vérité par seconde.
While it might seem like an arbitrary number, whether it's due to nostalgia or decades of conditioning watching movies from Hollywood, 24 FPS has come to feel uniquely cinematic. When you watch your favorite 90s sitcom at 60 FPS, it feels strange, doesn't it? Or The Lord of the Rings. Suddenly it looks like everyone is moving unnaturally fast. The acting looks comical or something just feels off. Our brains go into disbelief. On the flip side, if you grow up with 60 FPS as the standard, then 24 FPS might actually look bad to you. This is a debated topic, but the idea behind the motion blur at 24 FPS is that it adds a nice cinematic feel, especially suited for storytelling, cinema, and visual arts. Increasing the frame rate to 30 and 60 reduces motion blur and creates a more realistic look for fast-paced action. While 30 FPS is set to offer the best of both worlds, blending the cinematic feel of 24 FPS with the smoothness of 60 FPS, it doesn't fully deliver on that promise. Its real advantage lies in saving more storage than 60 FPS while still capturing more frames than 24 FPS. Use 60 frames per second when high-definition imagery is a priority, whether it's gaming, filming a basketball game, or creating a ski tutorial for educational purposes. With 60 FPS, you can slow down footage and analyze each scene frame by frame, making it ideal for capturing detailed motion and fast-paced action. I think there's a growing demand for higher frame rates, as most modern TVs are now designed to handle a wide range of frame rates. Gamers, broadcasters, and content creators increasingly prefer higher frame rates for its smoothness and clarity. It is hard to beat the quality it delivers. In fact, I'm filming this video at 60 FPS. While settings like resolution, stabilization, and HDR are also important, they don't impact how motion is captured or perceived as much as frame rate does, but I'm gonna dive into resolution HDR in a little bit. Should I use 4K or 1080p for my videos? So, resolution refers to the amount of detail in your video, measured by pixels. On the Pixel8 Pro, you can choose 1080p or 4K resolution for any rate. If you're not planning to showcase your footage on a large screen, 1080p is your best bet. It saves storage and is high quality enough. Platforms like Instagram don't support 4K playback and compress videos anyway, so 1080p works perfectly. HDR, or high dynamic range. It enhances your footage by adding depth to color and contrast. For example, at a birthday party, the colorful balloons will appear more true to life, or in a landscape shot, the clouds will look more dramatic. It's a nice feature that mimics how our eyes naturally see the world. HDR is optimized for 24 FPS and 30 FPS and isn't available at 60 FPS. If you often shoot at 20 or 30, check your phone settings now to ensure HDR is enabled. Once it's on, you can leave it and forget it. Does higher FPS always mean better video quality? Not always. The key is to align the frame rate with the purpose and emotion of your video. It is not about what's better, but more about what fits your goal. For example, if you're filming a family moment like birthday or Christmas, I would use 30 FPS to capture the smooth motion of the event without being overly cinematic, unless that's what you want. I would turn on HDR to capture vibrant colors of the event and set the resolution to 1080p for easy social media sharing. For sports and fitness if you're recording workouts or yoga sessions, use 60 FPS because later you can slow it down and show the scene frame by frame. For resolution, I would pick 1080p because this will be shared on social media. If you're filming nature, hiking trails, rainbows, storms, use 30 FPS to balance smooth motion and lifelike details. Turn HDR on to enhance vivid colors and bring out shadows and highlights in dynamic weather scenes. Set the resolution to 4K because you want to capture those intricate details. For cityscapes at night, I would use 30 FPS with HDR on. That way I would prevent highlights like neon signs from overexposing. Set the resolution to 4K for enhanced detail and clarity. Hope that covers everything, and if you have any questions about the video settings, drop them in the comments. There's no right or wrong question, so ask them away. In the next video, I'll dive back into astrophotography, sharing examples from Black Rock City, Nevada. I'll capture the dark sky during the dark moon on December 31st, 2024. If you like this series, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. I'll see you on the next one, and Happy New Year!